I'm listening to Huey Newton. Black Panthers. Yeah, yeah. I'm hanging with the brothers from Chicago. Yeah, man, yeah, yeah. I said, I know I didn't like white folk. I'm like, what in the world? I said, my best friend back in Jersey. White folk, ha! Ha! Had my little black power cane. Feels I'm walking on my stick with my dashiki. Feeling like, man, I see, hey! Power to people. I could dap. I was in Da Nang. I learned the Da Nang dap. I learned the Saigon dap. I learned the Cameron dap. I learned the short version and the long. When I ate, I was the short version. When I did the long version. Man, how many remember those? Don't remember those days. There were some deep days. God has the audacity. When it's time for me to get saved, get the little white girl to come and lead me to Christ. Come over to me. You want to get saved? You better. Yeah, I ain't say that because, if she wasn't cute, if she was an ugly white girl, I'd have hit her. But I just kidding. Y'all see, I thought I'd say that because just to wake up for those that were asleep. Little cute girl, she said, you want to be saved? Saved? Saved from what? I'm still holding on to my integrity. My black power, And I said, I saw my friend up there, he a punk. I'll go up there and talk with him. He crying like a big baby. Let me go up there and see what y'all done rubbed on him. Went up to that altar. That little girl, she just led me up to the altar. I said, bless your little heart. Now I say that, Knelt down. She said, pray. I can pray. I can pray. Nobody tell me. See how pride is? Pride is stupid. See, I knew I couldn't pray. I knew I couldn't pray. You want to pray? I pray. I can pray. Don't get off. I can pray. I'd pray. I would do a little Hail Mary out there. I could just get full of grace. And after that, that's as far as I could go. My mind blanked out and God showed me. You scoundrel. I started thinking. Then he showed me every catastrophe the devil wanted to kill me. He said, I want you in hell so bad, I'll kill you. Oh, I saw it. I saw Vietnam. I told you 95, that little Volkswagen. I'm like, I had my little red, black, and green on the front. Next thing I know, I'm crying like a punk. I'm messing with y'all. I thought y'all. See, that's just for those that were asleep. Just help me. I started crying, and the more I cried, the better I felt. That's crazy. That don't make sense. I cried, and then it started feeling real good. I got downright babyish. Thank God ain't no brothers around. Paul over there crying. Then I cried. Do you know, church, I'm telling you, as sure as I'm standing on this holy ground, I said I was talking to God like he was right there. Like he was right there with his hand on my shoulder. I was telling him stuff. I said, Lord, we got drugs, what mine? Yeah. I smoked a little bit. I'm crying. They gonna send me to jail. I ain't gonna see mama. I ain't gonna. Next thing I know, I said, I stood up. And I'm gonna tell you, I told you before, I looked. I'm like, whoa. Everybody looked. That little girl was still standing over. I went over and hugged her. I said, I love you so much. I know she said, that's crazy. No, she hugged me. She said, thank God. Thank God. I said, thank God. And I remember I walked out of that chapel and I looked into the sky. I looked at that sky and I said, God, you are good. I didn't talk like that. Didn't have a mind to talk like that. I told you that. I tried to do it myself with some Rose Matouche and a nice J. I smoked a J, drank some Rose Matouche, looked up into the sky. Wow. Yeah. It's nice. Drunk a little bit more Rose. Everything was nice. See the deal? I ain't have no Rose Matouche, didn't have no nothing. And when I got up, I walked out there and looked, and I grabbed Paul. I said, Paul, this is good, man. I said, I don't know all that, what it is, but this is good. And people told me shortly thereafter, yeah, ain't nothing, he's faking. He's faking. That was 40 years ago. He's faking. I'm going to tell y'all, church, that's why I owe God. How many can stand and say, I owe God? I owe him. Lord, how many can say, I owe you? I owe you. My God, you could have allowed me to die in my sins. But whatever it was about me, you didn't allow it. You allowed me to come home, glory to God, back to my family. But more than that, you allowed me to be called a child of God. Do you know there's no greater honor? There's no greater honor bestowed on you to be called a child of God. God as your Father. Today, as we stand in this place, and we're going to ask you to move this podium, if you will, I want all those that will say, you know what, Pastor Simmons, I want to touch and agree with you. I want that embedded in me. I'm a child.